The following chapter of Let's Get Deeper was released on the GR8 Podcast on January 14th, 2019. Hello and welcome to the summer season of GR8 Podcast. If you are listening to us for the first time, we are usually just a bunch of young Australians, usually talking about life and pop culture and the internet. Sometimes we have questions we can answer. Sometimes we just talk about random shit that comes up. We are so non-specific in the topics that we have for this podcast.
Big mood.
Big mood. The biggest of all moods. Great. I am Josh and I've got Brandon with me.
Woo!
So for these next few episodes in summer, I am going to do a bit of a one-on-one thing with each of the other great mates, aka my kids. I've come full circle and accepted the fact that I am their father. That's fun. And yeah, we're probably gonna while I was planning to do this, Brandon and I were thinking, God, this episode could potentially go for 3 hours, and honestly, I hope not, but, you know.
Could. We talk a lot of shit.
We do talk about a lot of things. So yeah, if you have not, I guess, heard the TLDR version of what Brandon does and who Brandon is. Brandon, can you explain to our wonderful audience a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Brandon. I am the second youngest great mate after Anastasia, I think.
Yes.
I am from Adelaide, as is Olivia. And I study law and work retail, mostly. That's real grand description of my life. Makes you sound very interesting.
God.
I don't know, I'm super gay, like to sing, like to take photos. It's probably it. Might be all of my defining features. And that's the end of the episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it there. I guess multiple times we have referenced. Brandon and I are very scarily similar in a lot of ways.
Very much so.
And still, different. And I think I've mentioned before, yeah, you are like some sort of weird alternate universe me. That is basically like 80% similar. It's just incredible how we share a lot of the sort of interests, like photography and gay media.
Media.
Lots of gay media, and also food-based media, as we've come to discover.
So much food-based media.
So much. Incredible. I started the Great British Menu off of Netflix.
Yes.
It is a very interesting show.
It's interesting. I like it.
I watched the first, 5 eps, so I sort of got the format down.
The first, basically mini tournament.
Yeah. So, I was like, I've sort of seen it off of Foxtel. I was like, might as well, watch the season that's available on Netflix. It's very interesting. But, we're not, oh god, I hope we don't delve too much into other stuff. Basically, the aim of this sort of mini-series within Summer is to get to know a little bit more about each one of us. And I guess, how will I start this off, Brandon? Why law?
You know what? You get asked this a lot as a law student, or you get asked, what area of law you want to specialize in, or you get asked, what sort of law are you interested in?
Yeah.
My genuine answer to why I'm studying law in university is because I got a high enough ATAR to. It's the pissiest reason to study something.
Yeah, it does come off as sort of this. Oh, I got the high ATAR, so I got in. So yeah,
the full sentence of why I'm studying law is because I got a high enough ATAR and I'm good at it. But that sounds even worse.
It sounds real pretentious. Oh my god.
There's no particular reason why I'm studying law. It basically just happened that in high school, in year 12, at my school, basically, you get a pick of 4 year 12 subjects because you have to do a research project in year 12, and I think you also have to do religion for a bit of year 12. And with all of my previous studying and how that ended up leading up to year 12, I basically had almost no choice because I already knew that I didn't want to do the sciences. I hated science. I dropped out of science halfway through year 10 when I could drop it. As soon as possible.
Okay.
I did compulsory science. That is it. I'm the opposite of a STEM boy. Year 12, I did one of the highest maths subjects, legal studies, art, and photography. I knew that I didn't want to study maths in university because I'm not a fucking nerd.
Again, not a STEM boy.
And I was tossing up for the longest time in year 12 between graphic design and law.
Okay.
Not a usual thing that people sit there and go I could do graphic design or I could do law. And I think I broke my art teacher's heart when I chose law.
Oh.
God bless. But I guess long story short, I did well in law. It wasn't my best subject in year 12. It wasn't my worst subject either. But I did well in it. I obviously got a good enough ATAR to do law. I'm actually very proud of myself. I was in the top 6 of my school for that year.
Oh my god.
Taking none of the sciences. And that's always unheard of because I'm sure that you guys have something similar to the what we call the suicide 4.
Yeah. We call ours, because we have, the Queensland system, we choose 6 electives, so it's suicide 6 for us.
Yeah. Which is maths specialist, maths studies, and then
all
2
3
sciences. Generally, in essay, that's biochem or physics.
Yeah.
Right? That's the suicide 4. I did one of those subjects because I did the second highest maths that I could do.
Okay.
And the rest of it, I did a social science or humanities, which is law, or legal studies, and then I did 2 art subjects. So, fuck you, school.
So
Yeah,
had you not got into law, you would have done graphic design?
Yes. Although I was like 100% sure I was going to get into law.
Dead set on.
Like 100%. Like, you know how you put in preferences when you apply for uni?
Yes.
I did.
Everything was, oh my god.
I had one choice.
And that choice was?
Law Adelaide Uni.
And I mean, you got in, so
And
like...
I got in.
Bloody hell. And now your 2019 would be what? Third year for you?
Second year. No, 2019. Yeah, third year.
Third year. Yeah. And you're going on exchange for 6 months, which means
Fuck yeah.
fun times.
Fuck yeah, I'm going on exchange for 6 months. Big yes.
Big mood. Big happy
Big
mood. Anything you want to get out of exchange, as it were?
What I tell people when they ask me about my exchange, or what I like to say, is that I got so sick of my routine in Adelaide that one day I just applied for exchange.
For shits and gigs, you just did it.
I didn't consult my parents. I didn't tell anyone I was doing it. I just got sick of my routine. This is like, I haven't told many people this part of it, but, TLDR, one of my boyfriends at the time, sorry, it's a very long story, but he died twice and we broke up. Don't ask any questions. So, Adelaide's a very small place. And a lot of places around Adelaide reminded me of him. And I was working, between work and university, I was in the city, so the CBD, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, like a 1 hour train journey for me. Almost. It's like, once I count in the walking time to get to either place and then the walking time to get to the station, it's about an hour transit. One way. So I'd be doing 2 hours every day, like literally every day, 7 days a week sort of thing, to and from the city. And I would spend like no time at home. I would have barely any home cooked meals. I would always be eating out. It was horrible. Ugh, isn't life so hard? But I got so fucking sick of it. I got so fucking sick of work and uni and doing fucking nothing with my life that I was like, fuck that, I'm getting out of here. And I applied for exchange. And then after I applied for exchange, I told my parents. Like a bit after, not even like when I applied for it. It was like a
good month?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I was like, hey, I applied for exchange like a couple of months ago.
Well, yeah. And I mean, I guess you didn't know the result
No, I didn't.
then, so it's like, I don't know if I'm going, and then, hey presto, here you are.
And now I am. So, I'm so keen. You have no idea. I'm very excited to get out of Adelaide. But also, just, because I'm going to the UK, I'm going to England, just so much sightseeing, hopefully, that I'll be doing. Like, on my way to the university for my first trip down, I'll hopefully be passing through Oxford. And hopefully around that time, because it'll be January.
Yes, it will be nice and cold.
Fingers crossed it's snowy. Like, pray to God, snow for me. Because
Snow in the southeast.
if I can get some snow and explore Oxford, that is like gold.
Like, dream come true, fairy tale dream come true.
Literally though, like so good.
Yes. And I mean, like, we sort of touched on this, in the regular season, is that traveling, like, in Europe is cheap.
Yes. A lot cheaper than you would expect, actually.
Yeah, it is ridiculously cheap. So, like, You planning on visiting mainland Europe while you can?
Hopefully, I didn't apply for my visa
Oh my god, why?
because I'm an Australian national, so
Yes, so,
technically I,
UK
don't
is
need
okay.
pre-clearance to go to the UK. I can
Yes.
apply for student status when I get there at the airport.
Yes.
It is like single entry exit, so I have to apply every time I go,
Yeah.
like leave the country.
Yeah.
So I'm unsure about what my circumstances are gonna be. Maybe I'll just like plan like a big ass trip in the month
When you
that I have
leave?
free in April. I have all of April free.
Oh, lucky bastard.
Yeah. Maybe I'll like plan a big ass trip, just do all of Europe in one go.
Oh my god. That'd be so expensive.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of like travel and stuff, but
By all of Europe, I mean obviously not all of Europe.
obviously, I mean like France, Spain, Portugal, maybe seeing as, yeah, Germany, totally.
Yeah, I've also got... Oh, I have to go to Amsterdam at some point
Ah,
for a
thing.
festival.
I see. Yeah, I mean like, the whole Western Europe, it's fine.
Yeah,
No big deal.
no big deal.
No big deal.
Very chill. Very, very chill.
Very.
Super chill. No biggie. What?
Oh, yeah.
Like, no biggie whatsoever. It's fine. It's whatever.
If you ever like have, well, we'll see what happens when we premiere season 3 and logistics of getting you on here.
Good luck.
Yeah. I don't expect you to actually be on here at the start of season 3. But also your mic quality will be reduced greatly.
Yeah, like fuck that.
No point.
No point having me if I'm like...
No point having you without.
Shit.
Yeah, we've had it for so good for so long now. There is literally no point. Anywhere else you're gonna plan on traveling to next year? Seeing as you're doing already a shit ton.
Outside of that, like 6 months, not particularly.
Fair enough. I mean, you've already dropped a lot of money, so
Like, I will be poor as fuck
yeah.
when I do that, so... Probably not.
Probably not. Dear.
It's chill, it's fine. Love life.
Oh yeah, love life. Love life
I'm
so much.
genuinely, like, hoping to get taxed during all of my pays before Christmas. So that I have at least some money when I come
when
back.
you come back. True.
Because otherwise I do expect to just be poor as fuck.
Oh god. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Yeah. Now I'm gonna break the fourth wall very slightly. I bullshitted a bunch of questions and just sent them straight to Brandon. And now I have to figure out how to fucking weave.
Why would you tell them that? They're not allowed to know that we're prepared.
Prepared? What is this? We are 2000% improv. Bless you. God.
I'm good. I'm not dead. It's fine.
It's a side effect of retail. Brandon is perpetually sick.
Do you know how much money I have to touch? That is so many germs. Oh.
Oh dear. Is this why we're moving towards a cashless society?
Fucking better hope so.
Oh dear. Now, what's the next question? What drives you, Brendan? What keeps you going?
What drives me?
Yes.
With what?
Like, you know, to do shit like fucking go on exchange and
Nothing realistically.
out of the blue.
Like, I'm a very lazy person. I don't know how much anyone knows this about me, but I am like probably the most lazy person you will ever meet in your life. And if there is no incentive or no like pressure on me to do something, I just won't.
Ah.
So like, I work and that's fine, and that would like, most people would be like, oh, you have the like drive to find a job, keep a job and work. But the only reason I work is because I need money. Right? And I go to uni and that's fine, but that was sort of expected. And the only reason I keep going at uni is 'cause I'm in uni.
And you have,
I'm not
and
wasting the money that I'm
debt
pouring
to pay.
into my degree. Like, you know, like I knew that once I enrolled into a degree, I'm going to sit that degree out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't give a shit if I hate it. I'll live through that degree. That degree is going to carry me. Right? And that's the only reason I do things. Like, my drive is that I have none unless there is some sort of accountability on myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Fair enough.
Because, like, I don't catch up with people unless they ask and then we schedule and then they're expecting me to be there.
Uh-huh.
Or like, I'll ask someone, but only because I know that once we set a date, I have to be there.
Uh-huh. So it's sort of okay. You're kind of driven by the fact that you need to commit to something.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's not a bad thing. I guess it's something that I didn't quite expect.
I'm not like a very personally motivated person.
Uh-huh.
Which probably surprises a lot of people that do know me.
Uh-huh.
Because,
why is that?
Like, well, probably because I'm really good at what I do. That sounds so douchey. But, like, during school, like, I was the straight A student. Like, all the way through up until at least year 10, I had an average of an A+ in my grades. Then, like, obviously my high ATAR. And then, like, continuing into uni, I have a pretty decent GPA for an undergrad law. And like, it seems like I'm on top of everything, or it seems like at least everything gets done.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, my friends always see me at uni because I genuinely cannot study if I'm at home.
Yeah.
I can barely study if I'm at uni either, let's be real. But barely studying is better than not studying.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to uni because then I can't just sit there watching YouTube videos because the people in the law building will think I'm weird. You know? Big problem, okay? I'm not joking.
I mean, yeah, it is the law building after all, and you know, law students
And like,
have.
I dress well because I hang out with people that dress well.
So you can't lower your own standards. God.
Like, ever since I stopped working at Cotton On and then General Pants, and I started working at Bonds, where all I'm allowed to wear is Bonds clothes and or black jeans. That's all I've been wearing. Like, I haven't worn blue jeans in so long. And like, I used to put a lot of effort into what I wore and how I looked.
Mm-hmm. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Sorry, Bonds.
Oh.
But like, you know, or I'll dress up for special events like birthdays and Christmas parties. Mm-hmm. That's because it's sort of expected.
Yeah. Fair enough. But apart from that,
pretty much. Actually, I dressed up today to drop my sister after kindy. That's because I can't look fucking homeless to the kindergarten parents.
I mean, you can.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
Like the bell curve of like fashion sense.
No, literally not allowed. What if there is a hot dilf there?
But you know the correlation between fashion sense and income is like a bell
Hot,
curve.
Gay, single, dilf.
Oh my god. Yes, casually dropping off their children at kindy.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you for understanding.
Oh my god. The first impression thing, obviously. Oh, great. Great.
Yeah, so I have to look cute. It's fine.
Oh dear.
Like, is that, I don't know, is it weird that I, like, that's what my drive is? Like
I said, I guess it was unexpected, but, yeah, I can, you know, it is a way to motivate yourself, because you do have a goal at the end of it, and you're gonna work your ass off, hell or high water, to get to that goal. So, you know, that is a form of motivation.
But it's not like I try hard. It's weird. I don't understand it.
Is it?
I don't try hard at uni. It's strange. I don't.
But but yet you excel.
I know. I don't know what's happening.
And that frightens you.
Life won't teach me a lesson.
Oh, you're cruising through life. Is that what it is?
Yes.
And you're afraid that when shit will hit the fan, that you won't know what to do.
No, I know what to do when shit hits the fan. That's
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, what happens when, like, things get difficult? Or, like, I have to put effort in to do things, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess, having at least, like, a support network is gonna help.
What is a support network?
Oh my goodness. Don't you have friends? Don't you have friends that you can...
What are these friends?
Ouch. Don't tell me you don't have friends. You called them out, like, ages ago.
What, like Friends? That's how you spell friends.
Mm-hmm.
Friends.
Yes.
Get that shit inside your head. Get it like the song. Oh, I'm so lame.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Very normal.
Who, you?
Me.
Yeah.
Normal.
You just happen to be really good at what you do. And that is the envy of a lot of people, myself included. Yeah.
It just happens, I can't help it.
It really does sound douchey at times.
I know! It's horrible. Life is so difficult.
What?
Life is so hard.
Oh dear. Maybe it will get easier. I hope it gets easier. And
Hope what gets easier?
like, just your ability to, I guess, adapt to when shit gets difficult. So,
Fingers crossed, hey.
you know, it could happen when you're in the UK.
Look,
don't
all I'm
know.
hoping is that people like me enough that this will do me good. You know,
I
hopefully
mean-
I'm charismatic enough.
I'm sure they'll be like, this Asian kid doesn't sound Asian, like the other Asians
Big
in this
mood.
university. Ah, dear. Okay, so apart from getting liked and enjoying exchange and being in Europe for the first 6 months of 2019, any other goals you gonna set yourself?
I think always in like the New Year's resolution type of thought.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe I even said this last year and I didn't do it. So again, there's that drive for you.
Yes. Yes. Perfect example.
I really want to take more photos. And I'm hoping that being on exchange actually motivates
I would
me to
hope
take
so
more
too.
photos. Because I'm hoping that I'll see a lot of pretty things.
It's Europe. Like all of Europe is like so photogenic. You are bringing your camera, yeah?
Yes, of
Good.
course. I want to buy a new lens for it, but I don't, like, I
You
want to
don't
do
have
it.
the money.
Do I want to do it beforehand? Do I want to do it while I don't know.
Actually, you could probably get it there. It could be cheaper.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not stopping in London on my way to Exeter. So, like...
Oh, you're going straight to...
I'm going from Heathrow to Oxford to Exeter.
Exeter.
Yeah.
Maybe the first free weekend that you're able to go out to London. Maybe.
Actually, I think I'm supposed to be... I think I may or may not have planned to go drinking with a bunch of gay guys at the end of January.
Oh my god, of course you have. Oh dear. Speaking of...
Speaking of... What, late January or...
No. Oh dear. I'm trying to at least make this episode cohesive, so bear with me. Jesus. So, speaking of...
Yep, gotcha. Keep going, yep, no, I'm following you. Yep.
You're following? You're following me?
Speaking of,
Yep.
Wait, slow down, I'm taking notes.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Speaking...
Oh my god, yeah. Speaking of...
of...
Oh my god.
Yep, keep going.
What has your experience been being Asian, Australian, and gay?
I love this question because there are two ways that you can
Interpret
I guess
it.
there are two ways that you can look at it, or two sort of lenses that you view it through. It's like, what is it like being gay as an Asian Australian? Mm-hmm. Or what is it like being Asian Australian as a gay guy?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, even though they're the same question,
Yes.
they talk about the same things basically.
Mm-hmm.
The slight wording difference changes what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because the former is sort of talking about like being gay, and probably like your family and the surrounding as an Asian Australian.
Yeah.
And the latter is talking about like being Asian in a westernized society in the gay community.
Yeah.
To speak to the first one, wow, I don't know why I got all fancy there.
You got real law-esque.
I can't help it, okay? They're
I
just
know.
words. They're just normal words.
I know.
Okay?
God.
Yeah, talking about the first one, genuinely hasn't affected it. I came out to my parents when I was This was probably really young. It would have been in year 8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So what's that?
12 or 13.
12 or 13. I was probably 12.
Mm.
And there's actually this big thing where my mum told my aunties, but told them not to tell anyone. And then one of my aunties told her son, who then told my grandparents.
Oh, God.
Right? So,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the whole family knows I'm gay. I've technically not come out to the rest of them personally.
Ah.
And anyways, it started this, like, massive feud between my mum and my auntie, and, like, we didn't see them for 2 years.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Everything's fine now, I think. Probably. So, I guess technically that's a thing that happened. But hasn't really affected me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, my mum, as it is pretty westernized anyways. And I live with my Australian stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
I came out to my aunties and uncles on my, like, biological father's side when I was 17.
Okay. So,
And
before you were in year 12? Or in year 12 already?
in year 12. I was 17 in year 12. I turned 17 in year 12.
Okay.
And that was totally fine. They're all good with it. So I think I'm fairly lucky in that a lot of my family has values that aren't necessarily super traditional.
Yeah.
Like, we'll do some traditional things when we're with the whole family,
Yeah.
but as a whole, like, I don't remember the last time I celebrated Chinese New Year with the family, because I'm always working.
Yeah.
And like, man, I miss getting red envelopes. Fuck. Fuck. They used to just give you money.
Yes, they did.
What the fuck?
Yes, yes.
Whatever. Could really just use some red envelopes right now. It's fine. Oh, the funny thing, my grandparents used to just give us red envelopes for Christmas.
Oh. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Very
smart.
endearing. It's very them.
It is. It
Also,
would
I
be.
think I'm skipping Christmas with them this year.
Ah.
So that's fun. But on the other flip side,
Yes.
so talking about the other side of the question,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a very interesting question because I don't know what is like my experience as being an Asian in the gay community, or am I just like in general not an attractive person? Like, cause there's this whole thing, and it's all like, a preference is a preference, and like, I do understand that.
Yeah.
Because I have my preferences too. And
Yes.
I can't help it. So obviously they can't help it. But it still sort of
Yeah.
sucks.
Uh-huh.
So, like, I personally, I'm fine. I haven't had, like, too much of a hassle finding people to sleep with. Or hook up with. Or really date either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of that's fine.
Yeah.
But, I guess, like, I'm pretty sure I talked about this on the podcast a while ago.
I'm
I
pretty
joined
sure you did.
a gay Discord server.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've mentioned it.
And it's sort of interesting because nothing is overtly said about anything.
So everything's sort of implied.
But, like, you see who is more popular and, like, the type of stuff that they post and all of that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And even, like, oh, this is the worst thing to say, but, like, people who I find genuinely unattractive or, like, very average as a white guy. Like, it's this sort of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, an average white guy is hot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But, like, I feel really weird saying that because I don't know what is, like, my experience just, like, as me versus anything to even do with the fact that I'm Asian. Maybe I'm just a fucktard. You know? Or, like, maybe I'm doing really well and I just don't know because I don't compare with anyone and it's weird.
Ah.
You know?
Yeah.
Long story short, my answer to the first half is not really much, except for that feud, which didn't really affect me because I didn't care. I didn't see the family anyways because I was very busy. My answer to the second part is I don't know.
You don't know.
So,
oh my goodness. And does it really just stem from the lack of comparing with other people?
I don't know. It's like, because...
Or is it the fact that you don't really care about it?
Well, it's the fact that I don't really care. It's also, like, I'm obviously Asian Australian, and I identify as Asian Australian.
Yeah.
But, like, how strongly connected do I feel to the label Asian Australian?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The answer is very little, minus, like, my actual ethnicity. This is where, man, I don't know if I've talked about this either, but I did, a research essay in a class which is called, Aliens, Citizens, and Migration.
If we didn't talk about it...
Well, I've talked about it to you,
sure
definitely.
I talked about it on the podcast,
I don't know.
though.
I don't know. Who knows?
I can't remember.
But my whole essay was about what I called, for a lot of my placeholder, hybrid migrant identifiers.
Uh-huh.
I changed it to diasporas because there's that actual word for what I was sort of thinking about.
Yeah.
But it was very much an essay for me to explore the idea of Asian Australianness.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the actual course, like listening to the lectures and doing any readings that I happened to do, which was very little, a lot of it was like me thinking about Asian Australianness and like what it means and how connected I feel to it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we've talked about this before. Subtle Asian traits is a thing.
Yes.
The Facebook group.
Yes.
And predominantly it's Asian Australian, Asian Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not like Asians from Asian countries. It's Asians in a Western country. That's like the premise of the group almost.
Yeah.
But and I've talked about this as well.
Yes.
That you would be surprised by, or some might be surprised by, the actual little amount of posts that I can relate to. So few. Like, well, because my mother is very westernized anyways, I think there wasn't much culture to pass down onto me.
Okay. So it's sort of a disconnect anyway.
Yeah. It's a disconnect anyway. I can't speak Vietnamese. Like, fuck me up. Would have been helpful to learn, Mum.
So you can get all these subtle Asian trait memes.
Or, you know, just to go to Vietnam, or,
oh yeah, true,
you know,
that too.
knowing a second language and being bilingual.
Yeah.
You know, great skills to have in life. But,
yes.
You know what? I'm over it. I've had 19 years to get over it. But, like, I don't do any of that stuff. I did go to a primary school that was like 97% Asian. But then I went to a high school that was probably 2% Asian.
Yeah.
And all of my friends throughout high school were white.
Mm-hmm.
And going into uni, most of my friends are white.
Yeah.
And it's just the culture that I'm around. It's like, I don't particularly relate any more to the Asian students in my year, right?
Yeah.
I somehow, at my previous workplace, Cotton On, ended up making friends with all the Asians, and we do talk about, like, our upbringing, and me and one of my best friends, Tom, we talk about just all of that sort of stuff, but I don't know about Tom, actually. Tom might be a bit more traditional than I am with the Asianness, but, like, we both share the fact that we're basically white people who were raised by Asians, right? We have, like, a very minuscule idea about things.
Yeah.
You should have seen us trying to buy stuff for Hot Pot.
Oh my god. That would have been fun to have.
Like, we know everything that goes in Hot Pot. We can
Yes.
find all the stuff that's very easily identifiable.
Yeah.
Tom and I were like, wow, we need something to favor the broth.
Broth. Yeah.
And then you look at, like, all of the sort of, like, obviously the pre-packed stuff.
Yes.
We can't read that.
Oh my
We have
god.
no idea what it says.
Oh my god.
We're sitting there like, what the fuck is this? Like, what do we get? It's just, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we do the things, and
you do the Asian things, but
only to an extent. Like, I
Yeah.
go to Yum-Cha. I love Yum-Cha. I'll go to that. I'll eat a lot of Asian food,
yeah.
but, like, I don't know. This sort of, a disconnect is a really good word to use, I guess, between me and the particular community that the identity, which does rightfully belong to me,
Yeah.
encompasses.
Yeah. And I guess, would you want to sort of reconnect with it?
It's weird to say either way, right? Because to say, I mean, I can't truthfully say yes.
Yeah.
Like, I can't 100% be there like, man, I really wish I was more connected to this Asian culture, because I'm actually fairly happy with my life as it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the things wouldn't be in place if I was more connected to it, or things would be different, and I don't know how that would change my life.
Yeah.
But it's weird to say no at the same time, because like, a little part of me, I guess, does, because it would be nice, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a thing. It would be nice to,
Mm.
but I guess what I feel like is that at this point it's too late to properly feel connected to it. And while I can do all the things and I can superficially, like, experience it all,
Yeah.
I've, like, most of my formative years are gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm no longer the impressionable young lad that I was 7 years ago. And I do understand that people change, but I feel like so much of the foundation of what makes me me
Yeah.
has been laid. That, I mean, it's not going to change who I am.
Yeah. But, yeah, and that's fair. I mean, like, I know a lot of people, and to some extent myself included, that sort of feel the same way about trying to weigh up whether or not you actually want to reconnect with it, because there is a lot of baggage that comes with trying to, you know, incorporate this other part of yourself that hasn't really been with you for a long time, and getting all those,
But
especially
even, like, it's weird to call it another part of yourself. Don't you think?
because it doesn't.
It's not a part of me. Like, at this point, it would be an outside force,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't think that Crazy Rich Asians was that good.
I mean,
Or, I guess, to phrase my opinion properly, I don't think it was as good as it was hyped up to be.
Mm-hmm.
Either in the lead up to the movie releasing, but also everyone's reaction afterwards.
Yeah. And I mean, like, and that's fair. Like, I had this discussion with a friend of mine, like, the other day. Like, we were talking about, you know, is Crazy Rich Asians objectively a good film?
I don't think it. I mean, it's an enjoyable film. It's like
enjoyable,
a very
but
alright film.
But it's not memorable.
It's definitely not memorable, and I'm still not sure. Like, it's very great. It's like, I support the representation of Asians in the media.
Yes.
I feel like I do also support, like, Asian stories being told.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for, hopefully, when we do get proper Asian representation in the media,
Yeah.
where it doesn't have to be a necessarily Asian story being told.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because Crazy Rich Asians, God bless it, it's like a film about Asians. You know?
Yes.
Like, it's a romantic comedy where the premise is that they are Asians
Yeah.
that are filthy rich.
Mm-hmm.
Or crazy rich. And I don't know, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to hold out until we get this
Another
bomb-ass
one?
Asian cast movie
Yeah.
where the plot's not revolve around them being Asian.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll happen. And I'm very
Yeah.
excited for it.
Yeah. I mean, that's sort of the opinion that I've come to hold, is like, it's a good film in the sense of the whole representation thing.
Yeah.
But I also understand that there's a lot of satire that has gone through that, like
Yeah.
the book that it's based off of and the film as well. So it's like, you kind of can't put it up too high, nor can you shit on it. You just have to sort of hold it in the middle somewhere until you've got a good enough comparison to hold it against to, and then you can decide whether or not it is, you know, the best film or hot romantic trash.
Yeah. Pretty sure it's hot romantic trash, but that's fine.
I'm also, like, pretty sure it's hot romantic trash. But, you know, you know, it's a pretty decent film, for what it's worth, and it got Henry Golding, like, fucking basically everywhere.
Right? God bless his soul.
Oh dear. Oh, we've stumbled onto media real quick.
That's how it always is with us.
It's
Just like I promised that yours and Nick's episode will be full of stab boys.
Nah, it probably won't. It won't be. It probably won't be. I know
STEM.
for a fact that the tangent there will not be STEM. But yeah. There's one last question on here, on this list that I gave you, and I don't know if we've actually answered it properly.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So yeah, might as well ask it. If there is something that you would say to your younger self, what would it be, and why?
So, this is something that I wish that I could tell myself now and I would listen to.
Mm-hmm.
But we all know that's not how life works.
No, and
It's
we
not.
know that you don't listen to the podcast.
That too. But,
Yes.
Like, I've already told you guys that my motivation is very little.
Yes.
So, me thinking this myself is not going to change fucking anything.
Uh-huh.
But, if I could make myself listen to myself,
Yep.
if I could make past me listen to current me and actually take what I'm saying
Yeah.
into consideration and change
Yeah.
my life,
Yeah.
I would tell myself to look after myself better.
Look after yourself how?
Well, it's actually very all-encompassing because, a year ago, November 2017, I just finished my first year of uni. I am in summer break working at Cotton On, probably ridiculous hours. I am entering into a relationship with boyfriend who got me to sign up for exchange. And I think in general, physically take better care of myself. I think, on a really weirdly personal note that no one really needs to know, but this is true, my hygiene and my skincare could be a lot better. So could probably my fashion. Sort of like feeling that one. I wish my fashion was a lot better. I didn't spend so much money on fucking cheap ass Cotton On clothes.
Oh my god.
But, you know. But also mentally take better care of myself. I let myself get so burnt out in second semester last year from shifts that Cotton On were picking up quite a lot. I actually, around halfway through last year is when my working going to the city 7 days a week started. And that continued all the way through to like March this year at the least. So I let myself get so burnt out. I remember none of last summer because I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I sort of let myself fall into the relationship that I probably shouldn't have. I probably could have done with a bit more self-worth back then. So, I think to encompass it all, take better care of yourself. Physically, wish I had started going to the gym a year ago, because I probably would look a lot better now. And mentally as well, because burnout is not fun.
Oh no.
There was a very long period where I did not know what I was doing with my life. Still don't really know what I'm doing with my life, but at least I'm not burnt out now.
Fair. That's fair.
So I'm happy not knowing what I'm doing with my life.
Oh dear.
But yeah, that's what I would say to a year ago me.
Fair enough.
Also, I would say, congrats, Brandon. You're almost got it. You're gonna hit 50, guys.
Oh my god.
Big milestone.
Is that a thing that you're proud of?
It's a thing that I
the
keep
right
track
wording?
of.
I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. You do keep track of them, so.
Although I haven't logged a couple in a while.
Oh, have to add a few
Where's
more.
my pen? I don't know where my pen went.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Didn't you have it? Weren't you you were writing down the fucking...
Different pen.
Oh my god. You need a different pen for this.
Well, I
fair
started my
enough.
list in one type of pen. I'm not just going to change pens halfway through. God. God.
Oh dear. I guess while Brandon's writing names down, I guess there is another question. Why the fuck did you say yes to doing this then?
I said yes to doing this because before you asked me about doing a podcast, I was thinking about starting a podcast.
Ah.
It was very much when you asked me, it was in my mind. I was talking to friends about doing it.
Yeah.
We obviously never ended up doing it. Otherwise I'd be talking about that all the fucking time.
Yes.
But it was so in my mind at that moment. It was something that I knew that, well, I'd been thinking about it for probably half a year now. Well, at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something that I really wanted to try.
Uh-huh.
So when you sent the message, I don't know who was the first one to say yes, but
I can't remember either.
I was so keen. A lot has changed. No.
A lot, I mean, you know, we are, what, July was 1 year, and we're recording this.
How did we get fucking sucked into doing night recordings all the time?
Oh my god. You know what happened? Uni. You know what happened? Uni.
Fuck me up.
I know.
But
so it's been like almost 18 months of podcasting, and I think when I brought up the idea, it was in May 2017-ish.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, and now look where we are. But yeah, okay.
Speaking of,
interesting. Yes.
Do you know the YouTube channel Yes Theory?
No, but go on.
Well, there's this YouTube channel. They are sort of founded on this motto, which is called seek discomfort.
Ah.
Basically, their idea is that you should try to say yes to as many things that will put you out of your comfort zone as possible. They
It's
say,
sort of-
we
it's
believe
sort of
that
like the
life
thing.
can be as authentic and fulfilling as you wish if you seek discomfort. It started with a group of new roommates
Okay.
who decided to start a YouTube channel. It's fucking insane how much they've grown since. Like, God bless. Very proud of them.
Yes.
Even though I don't really have, like, a right to be proud of them, but very proud of them. But ever since I started watching their videos,
Yeah.
it was sort of like, yeah, I do want to say yes to more things. Or, yeah, I do want to seek discomfort in the things that I'm doing. They're at 3 billion subscribers.
Oh my god.
I have started saying, like, yes to a bunch more things because of it, almost. But, like, it's the best motto to live by, and it's genuinely very fun and leads to a lot of cool memories. But, yes, you might know them as the people who faked the Justin Bieber photo.
Oh,
The burrito?
okay. Yeah. I see.
They were the guys that staged that photo.
Ah, okay. Huh. Interesting.
I don't particularly know why they did. I don't remember why they did that, but either way.
God. Okay. So that's who they are. And I guess, yeah, to not a not a terribly great extent, but yeah, I do agree with the fact that you do get to, you know, live more authentically. The fact that you do say yes to things that you are, you know, uncomfortable with, and you get, it's a lot of self-discovery and like knowing, I guess, being more aware of your own limits, and, but you also get the satisfaction if, you know, things turn out right. And in a way that is kind of what this podcast started out as and still is. It's, yeah, 'cause, you know, we've grown individually and like together over the course of the last 18 months. So,
yeah.
We talk about stuff, and like particularly like the whole thing about season 1 was like throughout season 1 we were recording, there was a lot of shit going down in Ozpol, and the postal survey.
That was super fun, yeah.
That was a thing. That was draining, but, you know, we got to talk about it, and yeah. I guess there's one thing that I've noticed, like and I'm not sure if it's just you having a sort of commitment to making the pod, you know, you always bring like a level of enthusiasm that somehow I cannot ever attain.
This is working in retail, but I work at retail way more.
True.
It's a thing. It exists.
Yes. The unwavering enthusiasm.
Yes.
And I guess it's never faltered. Ever.
God.
Nah.
It's called a retail voice for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's the thing that I've sort of seen over the last year and a half, is just how much enthusiasm you bring to every episode that you either host, like drive, or, you know, are on. It's just like, holy shit.
Gotta make this bread.
Oh dear. But yeah, like, as we've already sort of touched on, if you go back, dear listener, to any episode that Brandon is on, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I guess in particular the episodes that Brandon and I do together, because it's very strong. Our dynamic is unique. I think I can it is legitimate. Like the fact that we have a lot of similar stuff to talk about. It just, every episode I've done, and that's why he's my favorite child.
We are very conversational when we do episodes.
We are. Like, if it's just us two, I mean, obviously because it's only two people, you do have to keep the conversation going.
Oh yeah.
But if it's three of us, and if the third person isn't Bin, we will talk for a while. Not to shit on Bin, but, you know, he is a person that likes to wrestle things out of my hand and fucking shove it down into hell and whatnot. So, yeah, whenever it's like, there's a third person on the pod. But yeah, Brandon and I get to talk a lot, and it's so weird, that we do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would put it down to the fact that we are very close, like, interest-wise.
We are very close interest-wise.
And we'll touch on that more, I guess. Because obviously Brandon is going to be the one doing this to me
Clearly.
at the end of this mini-series. There will be no one else that could possibly do this. But yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't know if there's any other. Okay, there's one last question before we wrap up. Is there anything about what we've I guess discussed today that you've sort of just realized or just noticed about yourself?
I would say this is like a weird yes and no sort of question.
Mm-hmm.
I already knew what drives me.
Yeah.
Even though I've never particularly put it into words before, I've never told anyone, but I've always known that one. I obviously knew why I chose to do law. I've said it probably multiple times by now that I only do law because of my ATAR.
Yeah.
I already knew, like, why I was going on exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Because I needed the push to do it. I never really think of myself being Asian Australian. So it's not particularly the idea that, like, I didn't know how that affected me. It's more, I never really talk about it, or I genuinely didn't think about talking about it until I took my course this past semester.
Mm-hmm.
And I, like, it took a lot of verbalizing ideas that were never connected in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's... So it's not like... Nothing here was like a shocking revelation to me.
Yeah.
Nothing was like out of the blue, me realizing anything, really.
Yeah.
Like, it was all pretty straightforward. But at the same time, I feel like I'm a pretty straightforward guy. So,
Yeah.
There's not really much complexity to me.
Fair enough. But yeah. So yeah, we're going to wrap up, and I'll get Brandon to tell you guys where you can find him if you want to find him.
Awesome. So, what I'll say is that the best place to find me will always be Instagram. BRNDN.LE. I don't post very often, but I post a lot more than I do on Twitter.
Yeah.
Which is the same handle, but remove the dot, because Twitter hates periods.
Yeah.
Get that trending. Misogynistic Twitter at it again.
Oh god.
Hopefully maybe when this comes out, but
yeah, more
January
photos.
to June this year, I'm hoping there'll be a lot more photos on my Instagram.
I hope so, because
I want to show everyone how much fun I'm having.
Yes, please. God, that'd be great if you could. And you can find me basically everywhere, because I post basically everywhere. Shut up. As a Bankpinoy, ABANGPINOY. And I'll leave the other Great Mate socials for their own episodes, so there might be a few specials that come out before this mini-series, so you can listen to those as well. And you can listen to all of our old episodes on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music, TuneIn, basically everywhere you can get a podcast now. You can subscribe. Share this episode to your friends if you really want to. Give us 5 stars and chuck us a review on iTunes as well. We love the 5 stars, and we really would like feedback, especially when it comes to maybe making some bonus content, possibly. Who knows? Especially for season 3. And socials for the podcast is Great Mates Podcast on Instagram and on Twitter. That's it for this first episode in the miniseries in summer. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys in another episode. Bye!
Bye!